balmy shores of sunny Florida to the cold winds of Chicago and everywhere in between, you're watching the Red Wemette Show, live, coast to coast. Talk of the town, Mr. Red Wemette.
Hello, folks. Today is January 21st, 2026, and I am Red Wemette. And I got to tell you, Gordio, I may mispronounce your name wrong. A big shout out to Red, the Wemetters, and yes, even the trolls. Smash that like button. You know something, buddy? That really got to me. It really did. Thank you so much. Include them all. The tall, the short, the small, everyone. It's 32 degrees in Iowa. Not bad. It's 59 here. Well, folks, that what stays in the headlines stays in my mind. And what's in the headlines right now is Minneapolis and Renee Good and the officer. And it was brought up on my vlog just before that a very good possibility that I believe that the officer had a justified shooting. And there won't be a trial for him, even though there's some liberal-hearted people that say that there will be a trial. Man, you must love everybody. I swear to God, they must love you too. You are terrific, dude. You really are. Hit that like button, even if you're good or evil. It doesn't make any difference. Give me the likes. But at any rate, we're as we go on through this, I wouldn't call it demonstrations. I'd say rioting and the rest of the things. During the last show that I just did on my blog, we were talking about, somebody actually brought it up in the background in one of the comments and was talking about a 2,000-pound weapon being pointed at the officer. And I also believe the same thing. And yes, Michelle, federal law does supersede state law. Always has. I mean, Congress made sure of that a long time ago. And if it supersedes state law, I don't even want to tell you what it does to quasi laws, which I mean, they would be city laws. $4,000 to 4,600 pounds. Yeah, that's a lot to get hit by. A lot of folks haven't been hit by a car, and it shows. Good point. Good point. I know if I was walking towards somebody, the driver, I don't know, where did they get the driver's license? A Cracker Jack box? When you get your driver's license, if you hit a pedestrian, you are responsible. The driver of the vehicle. Anywhere, any test in the United States, I don't care what state it is, unless you don't have a driver's license. But the truth of the matter was, she had a driver's license. Now, if anybody tries to run me over, they may have the same problem that she did. It's not going to... Oh, here we go. Did I fire Adam? No, he had something he had to do, and he may or may not rejoin us. But he had something that came up. So, Adam, like I said, he may or may not rejoin us. Depends on. Clarence Thomas doesn't think innocent people should be left off death row just because there's evidence showing their innocence. Well, I don't know. He's a Supreme Court justice, so let him do what he's going to do, and I'll do what I do. Who am I to argue with a Supreme Court justice? Timothy Foster. I almost forgot. Hit here in Orlando, walking on the streets. These drivers in Florida are crazy. You're talking about Orlando, and that really, it's in the state of Florida, but it's really nothing like the rest of the state. Orlando is wild and crazy. They're not even as wild and crazy in Miami as they are in Orlando. You have a lot of tourists there. You have a lot of people renting cars there. You have people that live there that really shouldn't have driver's licenses around that area. So it's not really the whole state of Florida. I wouldn't include it. I know where I live. I'm up in Bay County. I'm up in the Panhandle, and we haven't had a hit and run here ever. It's been a long time since we've had one. Yes, in Illinois, you can buy a driver's license, but not here. Scott H. I live near Orlando and hate going there. It's so crowded. It's not just the crowds, it's the mass hysteria that's there. Something else. Hit that like button, folks, if you want to, if you liked it. And I need all the help I can get. So at any rate, as I was saying, with everything that's going on there in Minnesota, in Minneapolis, St. Paul, Twin Cities, we used to call them, it's crazy. Is it something that I'd want to experience? No. I wouldn't go there for any reason in the world. I don't have a reason to go there. I was in Minnesota many years ago in a little town called Nevis. Look it up on the map, folks. It's a small little town. But my mother's cousin's husband was the postmaster general up there in Nevis. He took the job. He used to work in Franklin Park, Illinois. And it was on the bid board, and he took it. And I went up there to see it. It was absolutely nothing. He bought a motel, and he had some ice fishing, and he also had a, what do you call it, putt-putt, miniature golf. And that was what he did. Plus, he was postmaster general. So it was different. Very different. Orlando has a bad case of the Disneys. Yes, it does. Red Woman's the last time you were down here in South Florida. The drivers are actually crazy. They were a little bit wild when I was down there. Even in Palm Beach County, it was kind of crazy. I don't know. The last time was probably 2016 was the last time I was down there. But it wasn't exactly what I want to call, a good thing. I didn't like it. People are mad a lawful citizen was gunned down by an untrained law enforcement officers. Wow, they sure sound crazy. They are. They are. Because it wasn't that citizen was breaking the law. And not only that, if that citizen had had the right, if Renee had had the opportunity, she would have fled the situation, but she didn't. So it is crazy, but there are crazy people in this world. Timothy Foster, they are crazy. I'm from Wisconsin. Just moved here in September, and I couldn't believe that the drivers are here. Well, it's a little different in Wisconsin. I mean, I think the biggest city that I was ever in Wisconsin was probably Milwaukee, and it was kind of crazy there. But I remember going into Madison, Wisconsin, and I did have a summer home, Tim, in a place called Edgerton, Wisconsin. It was by Lake Koshka on the Rock River. That was many, many years ago. And it was very different there. Lots of hills, no real traffic to speak of. And everybody was nice. And it was a small town. Everybody said, hi, how are you? That sort of thing. It was a good place to be. I liked it. I wouldn't want to live there in the winter, though. Any rate, very good point here. In what way was she breaking the law? She was fleeing the situation. She was actually disobeying a lawful order from a federal agency that said, get out of the vehicle. And she was adamant about not getting out, and she didn't. Yes, Milwaukee is crazy. Okay. Yeah, nice and very hilly. Parts of it were. I really liked it. But I wouldn't want to live there. If I wanted to live there, I'd be living there. Believe me. I have all the choice in the world about where I live. And I like it. I don't know if this is Michael Hacker, but she was blocking the road. Yes, she was impeding the federal officers or agents from doing their duty. She was impeding them. So that's a lawbreaker right there. If blatantly interfere with law enforcement, sometimes it's the results. Yes, it is. ICE doesn't have the authority over U.S. citizens, Red. You really need to do a little more research about this matter. No, I don't. I really don't. Any federal agent has authority over any citizen. And that's just the way it is, guy. Tony, how you doing, guy? I haven't seen you in a while. I don't want to argue with you, guy. If you're going to say that, you say it. That's it. I'm not going to argue with you. You don't know what you're saying. Good in the snow in Michigan. It's snowy up there, huh? Had some good snow last night. That means it had to warm up a little bit to snow. It can't snow around zero. David, hey, Red, is her partner liable for her role as well? I would say yes. I would agree 1,000%. So I think she's culpable, totally liable. She encouraged her to break the law and what got her killed. So it's not good. I don't like it. But then again, I'm not on their jury. Yes, it's in the 30s today, Tony. Yeah, up there, I'm sure it is. And Michigan, when it's in the 30s, it snows. And sometimes it's a little wet. And then sometimes it's dry and powdery. But I would imagine if it's in the 30s, it's over 32. And it's probably not that bad. Could be wet though. We have some talking going on in the background, folks. And people are asking other people questions. Scott H. That's why I was taught to keep me alive so far. Yeah, if your parents teach you well, you don't have any problems. What's the temperature here? Right here, it's about 62 degrees. And where's my sidekick? My sidekick, Adam, is he had something come up where he said he had to leave, and he said he may or may not join me. He did not exactly tell me whether he would or wouldn't. Hey, Red, did you ever dine in 24th and Western? I'm sure I didn't, because I'm looking at the name of the place, but I didn't go to 24th and Western ever and go over in that neighborhood. 24th Street on the south side? No. Yes, Tony Hood, I'm in Florida. I'm right on the Gulf of Mexico. I look out the door and I can see the water. It's very nice here. So, folks, I'm not into places that I read about, that I hear about. But because of that thing called the internet, I get to see just about everything that goes on in the world. And that's the way it is. So, do I agree with all of it? No. Cardio. So some of your weather, Red, it's supposed to be 35 below Friday. It's supposed to be down to 20 here at night. It really is. It gets cold at night here. It's not exactly what I call comfortable. Ron, Roscoe, a lot of fire apparatus are manufactured in Wisconsin. Yes, they are. As a matter of fact, one of the little towns near me, they drove all the way up to Wisconsin to get a fire engine that was up there and bring it back down. And I got a kick out of it because I said, "Where are you going?" And when they told me Wisconsin, I told them the routes to how to get up there, actually how to drive up there, and off the top of my head. And they were very impressed. Appleton's a nice town too. I like Appleton. I like all of Wisconsin. I never found a bad Milwaukee. I don't like that much, but I've never really found a bad town in Wisconsin. Yes, you were telling me about Portillo's opening up in Georgia. You're going up there next week and get Italian beef. That's a long ways to go for an Italian beef guy. Tim Foster, Appleton is where you're from. Okay, we're having a migration from Appleton to Florida. So far, it hasn't bothered me one bit. And from the voting apparatus and other things that I see, I see Wisconsin farmers and other people as being more conservative. It is a farm state to me. It has some industry, but generally speaking, the state is really supported by farms, and it was anyway all through my life. At any rate, I like it up there. I was looking at the votes. Sometimes they vote a little solid Democratic in the Iowa caucus, and then they go on to the Wisconsin. But the thing I got a kick out of was I was watching interviews that were being done during one of the elections, and the guy that was being interviewed was walking his dogs on a sand road out in the rural area. And I kind of got a kick out of that because they asked him, are you ready to vote Democratic? And he said, well, I'm not too sure about that. He said, I'll have to think about it. He wouldn't really give his opinion until it was the year that Hillary was running, Hillary Clinton, until he said something about Hillary. And he said, do you think it's time that we have a woman in the White House? And he said, I don't think Wisconsin people are ready for that yet. And when he said that, I listened to it and said, there's a guy that really had his mind made up about one thing for sure. Cordio, I could move to Wisconsin. Except for two things, the Brewers and the Packers. Okay, you don't like the sports teams. I think they're all, I don't care about a state just because of the teams. And as far as the Packers go, Green Bay, the people of Green Bay voted so that they could own the Packers. It's owned by the city of Green Bay, and people voted for it, and they want it, and that's the way it is. Around 85% of Iowa's land is dedicated to farming. The same with, it's Trump country, the same as Wisconsin. It's pretty high. What does the Confederate flag mean to me? Okay. The Confederate flag means to me history. It's a part of history. And it's a part of history that we shouldn't forget. Not at all. Especially Monday. This last Monday was Martin Luther King Day. And he marched so that people could be equal and free. That flag does not represent equality, but what it does represent is freedom. And I believe in states' rights. I believe every state should have a right, and I believe in my rights. I don't want anybody trampling on my rights, anybody. And that's what it means to me. You have an answer to your question. Hello, I live in Wisconsin. I'm 51 years old. I remember the Brewers. And Bob Uecker, one of the best announcers of all times. We have the best cheese. You do. When I'm shopping for cheese, I look on the internet for Wisconsin. I used to go up to the Milwaukee State Fair and Wisconsin State Fair, and we used to get big things of cheese and bring them back home. Cheese was very good. I enjoyed myself. Wisconsin's always been good to me. I always had a good time up there. What does equality mean to me? It means what it says in the dictionary. Equality means equal. Now, it's a lot of baloney if you believe that all men are created equal, because they're not. Some are born with more money. Some are born with less money, and it's not all about money. Some may be 6 foot tall. Some may be 4'8". It's not equality, but they have the right to be equal. And that means a lot. Rights are very important. It's very, very important. Equality means that opportunities. Everybody has the same opportunities. That's equality. And I believe in equality. You may not like what I believe in. You don't have to like it. That's the way it is. I heard Wisconsin cheddar 813 and 20-year-old cheese. Wow, that's good. Someone to get milk 16 years ago and have it come back. You're right. That happens. The Confederate flag means the value of the state independence, not ruled by central government. Yes, that's true. But that's what it means to you. I mean, it's not really that way. So anyway, somebody wants to know how Duke is. Come here, Duke. Come on, Duke. Say hi. That's how Duke is. Come on up here, big guy. Duke is doing fine. You good boy? Are you a good boy? Duke is doing real good. You want to say hi to the folks? Duke doesn't talk to him. I mean, he does bark, but only at people outside. You ready? Come on. He's he's turning 2 years. He's coming up 2 years in a few weeks here. Nice dog. I like him. Equal opportunity, not equal outcomes. Yeah, it's not always equal on the outcome. Duke is very healthy and very happy. He's wagging his tail right now. Sir, because good students I think you mean deserve from good teachers. Yes, they do. They deserve a good education. I don't think what they've been getting in the Ivy League schools is what I would call a good education. You're asking about Duke? Yes. Do I spoil Duke? Yes, I do. Come here, big guy. Do I spoil you? Do I spoil? Do I spoil the Duke? Huh? Mm-hmm. This guy loves me so much. He licked me to death. uh, Playing ball with him is spoiling him. He gets to the point where he loves it. No, I can't stop. Democrats want to take away money. I don't know if they want to take. They want to take it from everybody. It's not just who didn't work for it, but yeah, they want to take it from anybody that's in there. It's just the way it is. Red, have I ever witnessed a UFO? Have you ever witnessed a UFO or a paranormal situation, ghosts? Yeah, and I don't want to talk about it. David, sorry, but I have. And if you look it up where I'm at right now, I'm right by Tyndall Air Force Base and Pensacola Naval Air Station. We have more UFOs here than any place else in the United States. So it's a little different up here. Very different. Anywhere up on the northern Gulf here is different. Red, have you ever seen ghosts, spooks from the CIA, FBI? I've seen spooks from the CIA and never seen a spook from the FBI. Where am I? I'm in northern Florida, northwest Florida, which is not that far from Alabama. About a 45-minute drive from Dothan, Alabama. But I am in Florida. Red, if your dog was in Albuquerque, that would really call the Duke. It would really call Duke City. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Ron. He's a good boy. He's just sitting here watching me. I know you were. No problem. No problem. Hit that like button, folks. I need something to help me. 40 below. ORD is O'Hare. Can't be 40 below. I won't have it. Anyway, folks. The deep freeze is coming for us all. It's not just up there. It's coming down here too. And it will be what it will be. You know, one of the things Adam and I talked about, he sent me something in a message. And he said something about a certain mayor. And said she was back in the news with her graft and corruption. And he sent me a YouTube, and I watched it. It was total clickbait. I mean, this guy did nothing but say, Tiffany could have, Tiffany might have, Tiffany could be, maybe, if, da-da-da-da-da-da. I listened through the whole darn thing. Boy, did I feel like a sucker when it was over. I really did. It was bad. But I went back and I told Adam today, he did this last night. I told him, I said, there's no story there, Adam. This guy made up everything. Friday wind chill. It's wind chill's going to be bad Friday. My fat will turn solid in that weather. Oh, I don't know. I'm not exactly what you call a skinny guy, but it's very different. We may be getting some ice or snow. Actually, Sunday it snowed, but not where I'm at. It snowed around me and inland and in Alabama. Friends of mine in Dothan, they got snow. And I'm sure along the way, Fort Walton, it snowed a little bit there. Not much. Didn't last long. But it's been cold at night. I mean, really cold. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, folks, I want to thank all of you for coming by. I really appreciate it. You are the show. And thank you. Thank you very much. And hopefully, I'll see you Monday on my regular show. And in between time, I'm watching the comments as they go by here. Take it easy, Red. I will. Thank you so much. And it has been cold at night, even over by you in Orlando. I'm sure it has. Christina, thank you for your invaluable support and help being my wrench. I love you, dear. I really do. And we'll see all of you later. Right now, it's called Red Wemette. Out. God bless you, every one of you.
The combination of the videotapes and Wemette's testimony resulted in the conviction of 2 men on extortion charges. One of them was Frank Schweiz, known in syndicate circles as the German, a feared mob terrorist and a suspect in a number of gangland murders.
He was described to me by other outfit individuals as the most feared hitman. And as he said to me, my reputation precedes me, son.